Hi everybody, it's Liam Martin from Running Remote, and in today's video, I'm doing it in a relatively dark environment because I have something that I really need to talk to you about, which is super duper important and a little bit spooky. Do you know what the #1 cause of serious economic problems are for an organization that's remote, that generates more than $10 million per year? It's not finding talent, it's not losing developers, it's not building a sales team, it is cybersecurity. And it is a big problem. We're gonna get into it today. And hopefully by the end of this video, I can show you that it's not necessarily as scary as you think, and you can actually protect against it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna roll back. Remote work has very few drawbacks, but one of them can be pretty serious. One day you can be chilling on the beach, drinking a Mai Tai or whatever people drink on the beach. I personally don't go to those things that often. And next, boom, your business is over. I'm talking about cybersecurity. We're seeing pipelines, nuclear reactors, and power grids go down due to this nasty problem that nobody wants to talk about today. We're gonna give you your Cybersecurity 101 course to make sure that you don't screw up your business, your life, your family, your looks, maybe even your ability to do videos at 11 p.m. at night on a Saturday because you actually didn't do any videos this week. But before I get into that, listen, here's the deal. Could you quite possibly subscribe and like this video? Because if you don't, then the algorithm gods are going to smite this video into a million little pieces and I will be very sad. Thanks. So when you keep all company documents and emails in the cloud and allow B.Y.O.D practices, that's bring your own device for those people that are not as cool of a nerd as me, then there's always the possibility of a cyber criminal kicking down the virtual door and up your shit. On top of that, remote workers often practice poor cybersecurity hygiene. I know I used to. According to research that the scriptwriter forgot to actually reference in the script, which I'm reading to you right now, that's pretty meta. The most typical risky behaviors are using corporate devices for personal use and allowing access to them to other family members, reusing passwords, using unsecured Wi-Fi, shadow IT, and other unauthorized applications. All this puts your organization's security in danger. To be sure, organizations and their security and their IT teams have reason to worry. I have a lot of crazy stories from a lot of buddies of mine that have gone from literally, oh yeah, cybersecurity isn't an issue, to it's cost them tens of millions of dollars. It is a serious, serious problem. So as remote work positions skyrocketed during the pandemic, so did cybercrime. Cyber attacks like phishing and malware surged from less than 5,000 incidents a week in February 2020 before the pandemic-inspired switch to remote work to more than 200,000 a week in April of 2021, according to the Swiss-based Financial Stability Board. So what can be done about this? So here are 4 basic practices that I would suggest that you use. We use it in our business to be able to get relatively great results. #1, invest in cybersecurity awareness. Your employees are at the front lines of all of these attacks, and their training is going to really identify whether or not these attacks are basically going to happen. You need to hold internal trainings about phishing, security, password protection, and VPN use. There are plenty of platforms that offer interactive cybersecurity trainings like that. We use Curricula at our company. It's pretty funny. It's kind of like this animated happy little guy that walks around. And for me, when I first saw this information, I was like, everyone is going to pass this test, because I literally got 100% out of 100, but 7 people failed the first basic test for cybersecurity. So just because you know what you're doing doesn't necessarily mean that your team knows what they're doing. Your IT department can actually simulate phishing attacks to train the staff to react the right way. I know I've gotten a lot of emails from some of my employees saying like, hey, is this a real email from you? And it would be something like liam@runningremit.com or something like that. It's really important to be able to look at all that stuff because people pull this stuff all the time. #2, provide tools that help enable secure remote work. There are too many tools for remote work out there. I know, because I've been looking at them all. Make sure all your employees are using only the list of verified and approved tools, and update these apps across all of your devices. Depending on your work processes, your company will most likely need tools like online collaboration software in some cases, VPN software, that's virtual private networks, secure remote connectivity tools like factor authentication, and secure file sharing mechanisms. We've got all of that stuff. I know it's super frustrating, but again, this is what you need to do to be able to make sure that you are secure and that all your doesn't get stolen. Number 3, develop strong security policies. Security policies are a critical means to align cybersecurity defenses across the organization. They provide guidance on ideal security behavior, password management, key contacts to report suspicious activity, reporting lost and stolen devices, the use of VPNs and public Wi-Fi. Your policies need to be well documented and included into onboarding processes. If you're interested in learning how to do processes, remember, I've made a lot of videos on that. You can probably see them somewhere up here. Again, you need to build processes and onboarding documentation, and cybersecurity is a central part of that. Number 4, regularly assess your systems and procedures. Once you've built your cybersecurity structure, conduct regular assessments of internal and external security policies and technical controls, cybersecurity awareness training across the organization to find weak spots. Literally have guys come in and try to hack your. If your IT team isn't big enough, you can outsource at least the initial audit of the IT consulting company to basically like security firms that will do this very cost effectively, fundamentally. Security should be seen as an ongoing process that requires monitoring and practice. I know for us, when we didn't have our own committed security department inside of our companies, we actually set up a file and you say, hey, if you grab this file, we will give you $10,000. Hackers, which are called white hat hackers, that will go after that file and try to steal it. And then if it doesn't work at 10 grand, then you can boost it up to 15 grand and to 20 grand. And then if people actually steal it, they teach you how they stole it so that you can lock up all of those holes inside of your systems. So I hope that was helpful and not too spooky in my scary closet at 11 p.m. at night on a Saturday. I am making these videos on a Saturday night, so I'd love it if I could get a like or subscribe from you, or even a comment to be able to say, what have you done inside of your companies to be able to measure against cybersecurity? Specifically, if you're just starting out, I'd love to be able to hear if there's kind of like a basic crash course that any of you guys have implemented to be able to make sure that you're just a little bit more secure, because this stuff will come after you. You don't think it will until it does, and then it's a game changer inside of your business. So thanks a lot for listening/watching, and I will see you in the next video.